I'm here with another pro tricks video that will hopefully make your day a little bit happier, as after watching that you can go straight in game and use these to make your team win more rounds. Chris J will be the one to start things off, and he will do so with a wallbang. Firstly, one gap lineup to team main, and then he walks into this connector edge, aims at the left small metal knob, plus starts shooting. 3 tries to try his luck. Sadly, in this round, these were not even close B holes, but the line itself could damage anyone on the stairs and headshot enemies jumping down towards B. So surely it works the best in the beginning of the round to distract T side's B rush. But if you feel it, you can try to repeat the move whenever you think it may work out. Also, if you're brave enough, you can repeat the next segment, because today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, and here's a message from new upcoming rapper Lil Mystery. Alright. You should take internet like a war. Use NordVPN like a door. Because there are good guys and bad guys, and if there are 2 good guys, then bad guys have 4. Yeah. Just imagine the speed. They have super fast servers, defend your data in need. But let's take it slowly. 30 days money back guaranteed. Dollars no lonely. Ay. 24/7 customer support. Get help from everywhere, even when you're sport, and even when you're north, and even when you're 9, yeah. Because this thing even works in China. Yeah, that was ill. You're a badass, your water is still. You can unlock your Netflix and chill, because we all know your favorite doctor is Phil. Link will be in the video description. Get NordVPN with -70% off. Check it out, enjoy, and big thanks to Lil Mystery for those lines. Next up, Brocky on Mirage with a nice little nade line. FaZe wants to go for CT side mid aggression, and Brocky's job is to molotov top mid boxes no matter what. So when he gets smoked off here, he climbs into this corner plus aims where the wall and ceiling meet. Then just don't move your crosshair, feel when you're kinda in the middle of the window, run forwards and throw your molotov. It gets the job done, and it doesn't really matter if you're in the middle, a bit left or a bit right side of window, as it's pretty forgiving line. Brocky followed his molotov up with a nade, but it exploded too high in the air. For a more effective nade, you should either just lower your crosshair a bit or even line it up with a lower corner here. This way the nade will actually deal some decent damage. Anyways, a great idea that you can use when you want to pressure middle no matter what. Alright, another Mirage idea that also involves the new bench at bottom middle. Miku's POV, he pushes underpass, gets 1 kill, of course gets spotted, and now throws this interesting piece of utility. It's a pretty loosey-goosey smoke thrown from underpass to short. Probably the main goal here was just to distract enemies' focus a bit. The throw itself may seem complicated at first, but it can become pretty consistent with a small amount of practice. And of course, you can do it with different nades, plus use different bouncing spots to get your nade up to short. Feel free to try it out yourself, it's not that hard. We're gonna continue the video from train, and if you click that subscribe button just about now, you're going to see how Valda throws an epic smoke from connector to B-hole stairs. I believe this was one of those ideas that I invented and made it popular a couple of years ago. It doesn't really matter for the record books, you can never be 100% sure about that, but it just makes me glad to see alternative lineups like that. Position yourself according to the wall line, aim at the metal post like shown, and if you're ready, then jump throw. Smoke will fly higher than most of the commercial planes in this corona situation and finally lands onto B-hole stairs. I believe it was just a demo bug, that there was no class breaking sound. In reality, the smoke will go through the class stair, adding a nice little sound effect to make it all even more perfecto. Everything executed on a 128 tick server. For the matchmaking, you may need to adjust the aiming spot a little. Simple as that. Next up, train, and we're in Nox Eyes to see one very hot smoke on the map that hosts the most amount of trains that are never late, because they just don't move. Position yourself according to the wall line. Now aim like that in the middle of 2 roof thingies and get the height from the left side metal construction. I believe you can find yourself some view model points as well if you want to, but if you jump through the smoke, it will fly high, bounce off from the buildings and finally land to block off T-side Ivy. So your teammates from Ivy could push to get some control. In fact, in this round they do it pretty nicely. Utility is there, they even double nade the most common right side angle for T's to be in if they're smoked off like that. Just in this round, unfortunately for them, no one is close Ivy. Still a pretty unique idea that makes CSGO grenade YouTubers question about their relevance. Alright, force against big, and we're in Cherry's POV. Just to bring in some diversity, it's not a real trick, just a small detail that describes pro level pretty well. It's 3 versus 1 after plant situation, and they have no idea about Kito's positioning, although they expect him to be saving his weapon. Cherry gets to Mexico/Vietnam/underpass, whatever you want to call it, close to AWP, but he's not picking it up. Instead he waits, because this AWP could bait Kito into a trap, plus when Cherry would pick it up too early and enemies close, he may be a very easy target himself, as he is crouching in a stuck place. So Cherry waits till the last possible moment and just then picks up the AWP. If the same situation would take place closer to the exploding bomb site, there could be a chance that the weapon flies away from you, but not in this case, as there's good amount of distance separating Mexico and a bomb site. All in all, very nice discipline from Cherry. Another idea from Force player, another idea from Mirage. Face cracks POV. It's their force buy round, and he's gonna use his only piece of utility pretty early in the round. Get into this corner, aim at the dark dot on the wooden ceiling. In game it's easier to spot it, but you should get the approximate idea from the video and right click throw. Smoke will bounce a couple of times and eventually gives you an alternative one-way smoke for connector. Let's see what's the outcome in this round. He surely had his chance here. Kito didn't see him at first, but the extra jiggling revealed his position. So it kinda proved that it works, but at the same time it didn't work out in this round, as he didn't get neither a frag or some damage on the board. Still, if you have balls and a great sense of timing to use those balls, you should give it a try. It's not a bad idea at all. Next up, Amanek with a smoke on Inferno that I have seen in countless YouTube videos, but not that much in pro matches. Corner position close to barrel. Aim at the metal fence like shown, and jump throw. Smoke goes over the roof and finally lands at top middle. It will be sticking out a lot towards enemy side, so it should make them very cautious and use extra utility. In this round as well, they had some sort of aggression in their mind, but when they heard the first nade bounce, they fell back. See, they used one Molotov right away, and overall they gave up a lot of map control. This smoke could allow you to sneak out either left side top mid or right side top mid without opposite sides seeing you. So a great way to deny a lot of info and enemy side offers entry options early in the round. Amazing stuff. Crane, and if you're saving your weapon from CT spawn, why not to use the same little off angle on the railing like Valde does here. A very situational tiny detail, but small situations form up the bigger picture. Next up, Voxic's POV on Inferno. Situation is simple. Chris J wants to go out boiler. Voxic probably called that he can flash him out, but instead doing the old classic way through mid entrance, he's throwing his flash straight over the roof. I feel it's not that common, maybe it should be, because this flash can't really team flash your people, so it's a perfect fit for random pucks where team coordination is not really there. Although I feel the lineup itself could be even better if you take the same position but aim a bit lower like shown. It doesn't go that high in the air and has a bit more distance, hurting enemy side even more. It really is an effective flash, and you can throw it as a supportive piece of utility when your team is already out middle, because you won't be blinding them with this one. Plus it works for many common angles here at middle, not the very close corners though. Still, make sure to abuse it. Alright, nuke and a random wallbang from Freddy B. It's probably easier to win a jackpot with a lottery than getting a frag with this one, but just that you know, it works with AK, it works both ways, and yes, you can spam vents like that. Quick tip at its best. The same map, and I really haven't shown you any smoke combos lately in this video series, so here's one big alternative ways how to do the deep smoke wall. Taps and hugs this blue crate, lines those thingies up like that, crouches, aims at the left side of the same thingy, and then stands up plus left click throws when it's the right time. Lots of instructions, but it's way easier than it sounds, and the smoke will eventually find its very right place on the ground. Xantares positions himself on the shadow edge, aims like shown, and jump throws his smoke. This one will do a nice little bounce and land closer to Mini. Now the smoke wall is pretty much ready, but they add one cool Carriage Smoke to the combo, and it goes like this. Wall hug position, get the aiming spot from the silo, and jump throw. This smoke will have the most airtime, so it's the first one to throw. It will go over the buildings and finally land into garage entrance. Here we can see our camera operator risking his life with his on top of the red box spot. This is how it all looks when they are combined. Beautiful coordination that gives you some extra room for outside to work with. Enjoy! Next up, Vertigo, and I didn't really want to believe what I was seeing here. Frozen's POV, it's their eco round, and they are building this fancy 3-man tower to see through the window. Still, they cancelled the plan. And why they cancelled their plan? Because there's an invisible wall, and no matter what, you can't go any higher than the lowest edge of this window. But 12 style points for MOUZ for trying these type of moves out in their officials. Nevertheless, I don't want you to let you hang on the excitement like MOUZ did to me, so here are a couple of boosts that I confirmed are working. Some of those may be common. I'm not a regular Vertigo player myself, but I believe some of those may surprise even hardcore Vertigo players. For example, the last one. Feel free to use them in your games and send me the clips if you hit anything. Inferno and an afterplant situation in B bomb site from Malta's POV. He hacks those coffins, make sure the first 3 branches touch the metal post, then aim around the top part of second branches like shown. It has to be pretty precise, so surely test it out beforehand and jump throw. This will be a molly for dark, surely a very powerful Molotov to know for your B retake scenarios. But you can mess it up pretty easily, so make sure to hop onto offline before trying it out in your important matches. Alright, we're gonna continue from the same map and with Fallen's POV. This situation was sent to me by Ziur, thanks for that. NadeKingOfficial@gmail.com is always open for hints to unusual pro moves. And it's not too common indeed. Fallen gets very aggressive towards second middle, as in this round he's the guy for MIBR to make plays here. He climbs the stairs, jumps on top of the stone edge, plus holds this under the roof angle. JKS is not ready for that and falls for it. Somehow Fallen blends in pretty nicely, and it's not an easy task to spot him from this position. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If this video gets 55 likes, I will be continuing to add videos to the playlist that you can find on your screens right now. If you feel you're missing out on some of those freshest pro tricks, then you're always welcome to watch all those videos again. The playlist will stay there and I will stay as well.